Well, thank you so much for being here with us. My name is Daniela. This summer, Marina, Arpita, John, and I work alongside UNICEF and Save the Children to predict and develop microestimates of multidimensional child poverty in West Africa. So, first, a little bit of context. 1 billion children are living in multidimensional poverty. This means that 1 billion children have restricted access to services such as nutrition, health, and education. Furthermore, 356 million children live under extreme child poverty. This means that they live with $1.9 or less a day. The impacts of child poverty are both short term and long term. In the short term, children living under child poverty are 2 times likelier to die during childhood as opposed to their wealthier peers. Even more so, in the long run, children that develop in impoverished environments are more likely to not develop skills needed for the workforce and even more so receive and earn lower wages. Thus, given that this is a problem, what should we as a community and more importantly, policymakers and NGOs and governmental authorities do to tackle this problem? First, it is important to locate or identify the special distribution of child poverty across the world. Next, aside from simple traditional economical approaches to measure child poverty, we should adopt a more multidimensional approach, which derives into assessing their access to sanitation, to education, nutrition, water, shelter, and health. Even more importantly, we should start measuring both the proportion of children deprived within a specific region, which is also known as prevalence, and perhaps more importantly, also assess the severity or the number of dimensions each child is lacking. So, of course, we are no experts in poverty and more specifically child poverty, but our partners, Save the Children and UNICEF, are organizations that have long been working with this problem and have developed a lot of studies into understanding what are the key drivers of child poverty to better allocate scarce resources and eventually to raise awareness onto this problem and eliminate child poverty. So, thanks to their long time work, our partners have identified that to effectively deliver policy and tackle these critical child decision policies, one should count with finely grained data. It is important that to collect this finely grained data, it is cheap, precise, and also feasible. However, current methods of collection are neither cheap, precise, or feasible. Thus, here's where we come in place. Propose a solution to create a finely grained data through machine learning predictions, and then we estimate the distribution of child poverty within West Africa. How do we go about this? There are three main components. First, what is our ground truth? Our ground truth derives from the DHS or Demographics and Health Service program. Um, Next, we have to think about how highly how the resolution was going to be in regards to our problem. Here we had to tackle two specific problems. One, we don't want to we wanted to have like highly resoluted data that could help policymakers, but not too resoluted as to not go and have privacy issues. Next, as a proof of concept, though we would like to tackle and generate predictions for all low and middle income countries, we started as a proof of concept with West Africa. Then, thanks to spatial markers in the service we use as our ground truth, we were able to link this to a special input data that are traditionally not used to tackle these problems, such as satellite images. We also use connectivity data that come both from Facebook and different sources related to cell tower. We also have topographical data, economic variables that prove to be important in our modeling, demographic information, and critical infrastructure. We then took all of this data and through different machine learning models, we predicted two main target variables, which are the prevalence and severity of child poverty. Our output, aside from being just point estimates, are also prediction intervals, which help and promote responsible downstream use of data. We also validated our data against state-level data results that give much more confidence of our estimations. Of course, though the main objective of this project is to give open access to this data, we also delivered a dashboard that is interactive and can help to produce insights as to how the distribution of child poverty is across West Africa. So what are the expected impacts of our product? First, we would like that our partners, such as UNICEF and Save the Children, can have and monitor better child poverty across the world. Next, we hope to promote dialogue among experts and experts and researchers. And finally, like all the products developed in the project, we hope that because our data is of open access, it can be reproduced, and also because the code is open, it could be scalable to other organizations. But perhaps more importantly, our project would contribute to is give deprived children more visibility through data and direct awareness about child poverty. My name is Daniela, and our team is formed by Arpita, Jam, Marina, Valerie, and me here. We hope to see you later at a poster.